I'm happy to say that this plan has gotten me a lot of progress. Like my business plan that I wrote down and that I, organized out and was like, all right, I'm going to do this, and connect all these different social medias along with me. At one point I was a full-time student, I'm always a full-time mom. I have my own business, like counseling clients, and also, a children's ministry director. Like everything is going so well. So jump into this video. So oftentimes, we get down on ourselves and we don't know how to pick ourselves up. So that's why it's so good to have like supportive family, supportive friends, supportive coworkers, just supportive anybody, around you to lift you up and to really help you get back in the groove of things. I'm gonna take those off, but I really want to talk to you guys about social media today. I've been doing really good on social media. For the month of September, I took a month off except for YouTube and TikTok. But for the most part, I took off from Facebook and Instagram, and I hadn't been posting on, those at all. And I kind of just got into this mode of like writer's block, so to speak. I have improved tremendously on social media, I say. Because even though I took a month off, I've still been consistent with making my reels, finding out the latest trends and doing it. On my TikTok, it's kind of, well, I'm actually at a good level. Like I get 200 to 400 views on each video that I put out. And I actually went through something where I had almost 1,000 followers on TikTok, but I posted the stories, which I had done for the very first time on TikTok, and it cut my following in half. Like I guess people were like unfollowing me and stuff. They were like, okay, because I had never posted stories before. And around that time, my videos, they were not getting viewed. I was getting like 10 views, 20 views at a time. So I know the TikTok wasn't showing my videos to my followers, or even, especially not, people who weren't my followers. They weren't showing my videos like that. And around that time, what I was doing with TikTok was, making a video every day. And, sometimes you have to like take breaks from it so that they notice you more and they're like, oh, she's not using our platform. Let me, show her videos to more people. But if you're using social media, they're not going to push your videos, out there as much until, you get that consistent flow. You just got to get your footing and know what trends work and, what you're doing wrong, what to do right the next time, and what works consistently, do that. So with Instagram, I had finally got to a point where, I was posting stories, I was posting regular, pictures, and then I started posting reels every day. And what happened with that was, for my reels, I would get like 1,000 views, 20 likes. I would get like, 30 likes, 2,000 views. And I was so hyped at the time. My most viewed reel was like 4,000. And after that, for a couple of months, I could not get past 4,000. It would always be like, okay, 1,500 views, 500 views. I was just happy for whatever, even if I got 6 likes and 100 views, but then, I'm posting consistently. I've been posting on Instagram consistently for about 1.5 years now. So now I'm getting, 10K views. I got my highest one was 23.5 views, and then it was 34K views. And that was in August. And then I took the September off, and I was a little scared that they weren't going to push my videos as hard as, they had did it, because I was, being consistent. And then I was just like stopped because I have to, I'm praying about work-life balance. I posted my first video of October and I got 10K views, and I was super excited about that. So I'm gonna continue to post. What I try to do is at the end of every month, I try to make all of my reels then so that I can post it throughout the week. But what I did for the month of October is I did 1 week's worth of reels. Sometime in this week, I'm going to do another week's worth of reels and then, save those for the following week. So that way, I have the month planned out of October. And then for Facebook, my posts and stuff are all word posts. I tend to do reels, funny reels on my Instagram about what I do, therapy, counseling services. My TikTok, that's just my personal life, my dog, my daughter, and also I might, repost reels from Instagram onto TikTok. But what I do is I always have an original sound, which is, my sound on Instagram. That way people can use my sound. And also, that's a flow of pushing my reels out there. If I use an original sound instead of someone else's sound on my reels, then they will push my reels more to people because they're like, oh, wow, she has her own sound. Okay. Now TikTok, I just use the sounds that are already there. I don't really get too deep into it because I was focused on TikTok for, I'll say about 8 months. I was focused on TikTok and pushing myself out there, but then I kind of transitioned to Instagram and was trying to, push my business through there. So Facebook, I'm just getting into Facebook for the last 3 months. So the month of August, I was, posting every single day, the month of August and partly of July. September, I took a little break off in September, but I'll say maybe like I took 20 days off in September. But for the most part, Facebook, I'm getting used to Facebook. I'm using Facebook a lot more. And what I noticed is that I'm getting more followers when it comes to my business page on Facebook. I'm getting more friends when it comes to my personal page on Facebook. I do motivational talk on my personal Facebook. And then I do everything about my book and that concerns my book. I put that on my business page in Facebook. And then I also have 2 private groups, one for domestic violence and one for the rare syndrome that I have, so that I can connect with, both parties like that and give the people something to connect with and be a part of, because that's so important. So that those 2 private groups are not open to the public because I want it to be a safe space, and I want it to be something where people can actually, relate to and talk about things in. So those private groups are very important to me. Anywho, I post on the rare syndrome group a lot more than I post on the domestic violence group, simply because I don't have many people on the domestic violence group. So I have myself and then I have a family member. So if you guys want to join that domestic violence group, go ahead and do that. And I post more. I hope that, you guys will post more. And honestly, on my rare syndrome page, I actually I try to post every day on there. I've gotten a couple people, to post to, but the interactions between the people, I haven't really, built that up yet. But I do have 13 members of that group, which I'm really proud of. I'm really happy that, I get to connect with these people who have this rare syndrome, because I don't know anybody else outside of that Facebook group page and the comments that I get under these videos of people with this syndrome. So, it's mainly me explaining the syndrome to the doctors. So it feels, amazing to be able to build that community with people that understand this syndrome. So yeah, and on my Twitter, I pretty much just put like one line of encouragement, different quotes, like I'll recycle quotes from different people on my Twitter. And on my Twitter, you know, I only got 2 followers, but it's okay. You know, I don't know who those 2 followers are, but you know, thank you. Like, I appreciate it. Like, that gives me a lot of motivation, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, these people found me and I didn't even have to like force them to follow me. Like, so that gives me a lot of encouragement. And I'm going to continue to post. You guys continue to post on your social medias, because yeah, do that. So I know before I was talking about my business plan, my social media plan and stuff. And now here we are 1 year later, here we are 2 years later. Like, I want you guys to be excited about what you do. I want you to be motivated. I want you to know that no matter what you're doing, no matter who says what, I want you to have a fire inside of you where nobody's water can get near your fire, okay? And I want you to continue to do what you're doing, because you're doing amazing. So look at your success, process, and stay blessed. It's Sunday, and I actually just got out of church. I wanted to discuss a few things with you guys, because it's Sunday, it's a self-care day. It's actually raining outside right now. Yeah, it's raining really hard outside today. But anywho, I redecorated my room and everything, so you guys can see behind me are like my 3 certificates, my 2 degrees, and also the books that I wrote. And this little cup is a really cute mug. This comes off, and you know, it's a mug that my parents brought me in 2020 for my graduation. Was actually in 2021, but I was, you know, feeling so depressed and had so much anxiety about finishing school. I was like about to give up, and they brought me a 2020 graduation gift, and you know, as just like motivation to not stop and keep going. I was also talking to my business coach about me having writer's block, and me, you know, wanting to go through with my self-care routine concerning the book that I was writing out, my schedule and stuff. But because I wasn't practicing what I preached when it came to self-care, I kind of stopped writing that book, and I jumped into the book that I'm writing about, like my journey with God. But he was talking to me. He was like, you need to get back into, you know, self-care. He was like, because you might be good right now, but you know, you could burn out in 2 years. You could burn out in 5 years. And when you burn out, it's going to be bad. So, you know, get a self-care routine now so that it's steady in the future. And I was like, wow, I really need to get back into that book about self-care and pause, you know, the other book, and not necessarily pause it, but I guess just, you know, balance between the two. But I am a case manager, you know, counseling support for a lot of people right now. My business actually partnerships with another company, so they get me all of my clients. I'm also a children's ministry director at a church, so I have to manage all of those things and balance all of those things along with writing my book, being present on my social media. So I want to get into, you know, I've talked about self-care techniques before. If you guys haven't seen that, you know, go back to my old videos and watch it.